Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the D-Lo Show, where we bring you the voices that shape our community and the issues that matter most. I'm your host, D-Lo, and today we have a very special guest joining us. He's a dedicated public servant and a candidate for Justice of the Peace. His experience and dedication to justice makes him a noteworthy contender for this important position. But before we get going, I want to let everybody know that these interviews are not paid for or sponsored by any political party. And I invite all of the candidates that are running for the election in 2024 in Nogales, Arizona and Santa Cruz County, to come up and reach out to me so that they can join us on the podcast as well. All candidates are invited and all candidates are very welcome. So with that being said, please join me in welcoming Miguel Lopez to the show. Miguel, pleasure to have you here with us today.
Thank you, D-Lo, for having me, and thank you for doing this. This is a really important public service that you're doing, getting candidates in front of the camera to address the public. I think it's an important thing, so thank you for doing that.
You're very welcome. Miguel, as a candidate for Justice of the Peace, can you tell us why you're running and why you're requesting the people's vote?
Yeah. So I've been the Justice of the Peace since December 2023. I was appointed by the Board of Supervisors to fill the role of Emilio Velasquez, who had to retire. And so I've been thinking for a while about how I could come back to Nogales and be of service. I lived in New York. I'm originally from Nogales, but I lived on the East Coast for about 30 years, undergrad, and then my professional career as a lawyer in New York City. But in the back of my mind, I always had this desire that I wanted to come back to Nogales to be of service to the community. There was a lot of people that helped me along the way when I was a young kid, helped me go to college, helped me get a step up in life. And so I always had in the back of my mind that I was going to come back to Nogales, that I was going to do something. And I was fortunate enough to be given the opportunity by the Board of Supervisors to be able to serve as the Justice of the Peace. And since being there, I've just really grown into the role. I love being in that role on the bench, having the opportunity to really hear the public, have an opportunity to be of service to the public. And that's why I'm running. I feel like after having been there for 6 months, I made the decision that I wanted to stay there for at least the next 2 years before the next round of elections in 2026. And so I'm running to stay for the next 2 years.
Thank you so much, Miguel, for sharing that vision and the reasons that you're running. It's clear that your commitment to justice is strong. Now, let's dive into this, topic a little bit further. What is your vision for Santa Cruz County for the future? What do you see, what are some of the accomplishments or the goals that you would like to accomplish for our community?
Okay, well, there's a lot of work that I'm working on right now with the Justice of the Peace role. I think that important for me is to continue with the work of my predecessor, Judge Velasquez, started this restorative justice program where people are given a second chance. So people have substance abuse problems and they have issues with some criminal charges, that they're given the opportunity to kind of right that wrong, given that second chance to get through a recovery process and come out the other end and have some of those criminal charges dismissed. It is an intensive program and it takes a lot of work and a lot of dedication, but I feel at the end of the day that it makes our community stronger. I think it makes it safer. I think it stops recidivism. I think so it saves our county money. I feel very passionate about that program. It's the recovery court, and that's one of the big reasons that I decided to take the job, is that I wanted to play a role in that recovery process for a lot of people. But that is something that I'm very passionate about. But I also feel that there is, in my mind, not only this thing about restorative justice, giving people a second chance, but I also think that there is a lot of room to expand victims' rights. I want to make sure that victims are included in the process, that they're heard, that they're empowered, that they're given the right to speak, and that they're actually part of the process. I feel like that also, in that kind of circle of restorative justice and giving empowerment to victims, it really makes the community come together to solve a problem. So I think I'm positive. I'm very kind of passionate about those two things moving forward in the court. But also, I think just making the court a place that is public friendly. I want to know that the public feels comfortable coming to the Justice Court. It really is the people's court. It's a place where people come to pay their tickets. It's a place where we have all different kinds of cases, small claims, civil, we have domestic violence cases, we handle a load of felony cases and misdemeanor cases. So every kind of case that you could possibly have. I do the weddings. So if you're going to land at court, you're most likely going to land at Justice Court. And I want people to feel that that's a place that they can come to be heard, that they're going to find justice there, that they're going to find a judge with an open mind who's going to listen to both sides of the story and who's going to give them a fair shot. And like I keep saying that in my courtroom, everyone gets a fair shot. Everyone's looked at equally. It doesn't matter if you're a cop, if you're a rich guy, if you're a poor guy, if you're a homeless guy, if you're a drug addict. Everyone is going to get heard and is going to be given a fair shot in that courtroom.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you for sharing your vision. And, you know, I think that you're really passionate about our community, and we really want to wish you good luck in this 2024 election. And for the last, is there anything that you want to address the public with? Ask them for their vote.
Yeah, I want to ask the public directly for the support. I know that a lot of people don't really know who I am because I have been gone for a long time. But I want to emphasize that I am from Nogales. I know the culture here. I do feel that my family's here, my background is here, my roots are here. And I feel strongly about the desire to give back. I want to pay it forward. I want to help this community move forward. And I feel like I've just gotten the work started. I've been there for 6 months, but I need a little bit more time. And I'm asking the public for your support to vote on the election day to keep me in that role. I also want to just say that it's important that we all go out there and exercise our right to vote. No matter how you're going to vote, no matter who you're going to vote for, it is important that your voice be heard. And I think that I know a lot of times, sometimes apathy gets the best of us. We get busy. We get we lose focus a little bit, but elections are coming up, and if you don't exercise your right to vote, then you don't have a voice. And I think it's important that you all come out and vote at the primaries.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Miguel. I think you hit the nail right on the head, that the important thing about this, and the reason that we're doing it here at URS Underground Recording Studio, is to inform the public. And so they can get out and vote and have, be really aware of who they're voting for, and not just have it be a name or somebody that's familiar or assigned, really know where you're coming from. So with that, we'd like to, again, thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you again, and good luck on your campaign.
I appreciate it. I appreciate the time. Thank you so much.